Hi, welcome back. The Classic Mini Workshop, and this is the Mark III Cooper S videos. So we're at a bit of a standpoint with the Mark III, and on some of the videos, people have commented that they'd like me to do a video of my other minis. So that is going to happen today. So you can probably see in the background, I've had a bit of a clear out in here. So what I need to do is get the Mark III, the Madgwick and the ERA out. I'm going to stick them on the front drive, and then that allows me to manoeuvre bolt the Race Mini, the 1275 GT and the van out, get them unwrapped, try and get them started and give you a guided tour. So I'll come back to you in a bit. Right, so we're cleared out. What I'm going to do, just go through the minis outside in a minute. So what you can see here is so some of these have been on Classic Mini Workshop as projects, some haven't. Some have never been on. So we've obviously got Bolt, which is obviously Project Bolt. I'm aware that there's some viewers that are newer than others and may not have seen those videos. So me and Keith and I, we got together, I think it was 2017. We were at the same mini club, and I had a few issues with people. What was the saying? Bought not built, which kind of annoyed me a little bit because I didn't have any sort of mechanical background. I'm a builder by trade, and so I kind of wanted prove a few people wrong. So I spoke with Keith. Obviously he's got a huge mini background, mechanical and so on, and I wanted to build my own race. I had a race car, well, not a race car, I had a mini that I took on track, but I wanted something with a bit more track bits on it, you know, something specifically for track days. So we obviously started building Project Bolt, and that was our first project. Built it in 6 months between us. Keith was down there a lot, helping with all the welding, the body work, mechanical side of stuff. Engine was built by Swiftune. It was just a basic 1293, I think, 1293. Might be 1275, I can't remember initially. SW5 cam and so on. So we built that, and we've had some good track days in that. It's gone through a few different sort of engine specs since then, which I'll go through in more detail. And yeah, so, and I kind of got the I got the taste for building, you know, minis, and then we started on another project, which was Project Kit. Which is now long gone. That's gone to a guy in Jersey, and then we went on to Project ERA, which is outside. So we've got the 1275 GT. That was probably the third or fourth car I bought back in 2014. Can't remember. I think I bought the 1275 GT first, for around £4,000 at the time, but it needed body work, needed a front end, needed a spray job, engine needed sort of a refurb, and then I've got the 1960 smooth roof 850 van, which I bought, as you see it now, I bought it like that, and it's just kind of sat there, and I'll go through the details of why that is. So I'm going to just show you around the other three, well 2, because you've seen the Mark III anyway. And so this is my garage. I built it in 2016 to fit 10 minis in. And it's got underfloor heating pipes within the concrete slab. Got its own boiler, gas supply. And we actually lived in this garage for 4 months while I did the work on the house. And I still had 3 minis in here then. So I just basically put a wall through here, 3 minis, and then we had 2 bedrooms and a sort of lounge kitchen. And it was all right, you know. It made the kids appreciate moving back into the house. So yeah, in the winter I can just turn the heating on, just get the temperature up a bit. It's generally probably 14-15 degrees in here in the winter. So yeah, I think none of you have seen sort of open like this. Has always been jam-packed full of cars. And so at my peak I had 11 minis, and so I had a pickup, black pickup, which I sold. I had what else did I have? A Riley Alf, which I bought to restore, and then just kind of life and other projects got in the way, so I just let that go. And then Project Kit, that went because Lucy, it was an auto, Lucy wasn't driving it, it was just sitting there gathering dust really, so that went. So I'm down to, why am I down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm down to, I had a Paul Smith Mini, which was an auto, which was Lucy's as well. So that's gone because that wasn't getting driven. So I'm down to 7. One of them probably none of you have ever seen, and that'll be the last one I show you. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, the 2 minis at the back are on skates. So and that's the easiest way I can sort of manoeuvre them about. So I'll need to basically take them both off the chargers, pull them both out, and then what I'm probably going to do is just try and get each one of them started. So they're started, because the van hasn't been started in 3 years, the GT hasn't been started in 5 years, and the Bolt hasn't been started in 3.5 years. So they've all got pretty much a charge apart from the GT, so I might need to change the battery on that. I forgot to disconnect the terminal, so the batteries, I think it's sulfated. There's all the stuff around the things on the top, but I will come back to you in a bit. All right, so I've just come down to the driveway. So obviously you all know the Mark III Cooper S. Obviously it's the second time it's been out. It's reasonably sunny. Actually looking pretty good. So yeah, right, yeah, so we've got the ERA Turbo, the fastest production Mini ever made from factory. So I bought this in 2019 from Truro, down, is it Devon? No, Cornwall, or the edge of Cornwall. Guy had owned it his whole life from new, and it had a few engines rebuilds, and it had a few sort of restorations, because he lived literally right on the coast. Didn't have a garage. He used it every single day. So I got that for quite a reasonable price. I think it was 7,500 or 8,000. Knowing it needed a full restoration. Obviously the restoration of this one is on Classic Mini Workshop as a series, Project ERA. So let's sort of take you around it. So obviously I literally stripped it back to a bare shell, did all the welding, and sprayed it. 3.5 times. And yeah, it's had it had an engine rebuild that I had done from Ian Hargreaves of Avonbar, and it is very rapid. I think I got 129, I think. I believe that was at the flywheel, not at the wheels. And 136 foot-pounds of torque. And so you have to be careful when you do drive it and you put your foot down. It tends to want to, the front end wants to rip your arms off and veer off into the bushes. So you do have to be careful. So let's open up and go inside. So it was pretty much a no expense spared build. So everything in this pretty much isn't standard, isn't available now. So interior wise, I had to have all the door cards remade. I think this is the closest cloth I could get to it. I think it's very, very close to what was on there originally. I can't remember, it might even be the original cloth, but all the dash is all new vinyl and leather. All the consoles and all were retrimmed. The seats were fully retrimmed. New seat bases, new carpets, my own special little mats. I'm not going to take you in the other side because I don't want to move the car over. So all the gauges, I had all them sent off. They are all VDO, apart from the fuel gauge, and I managed to find a company that originally, I found the company that bought out VDO in Continental or something like that, or Continental. They managed to refurb all the gauges for me. So obviously got a sunroof, which I kind of refurbed. Headlining was new. Obviously new rear leather seats and so on. I think the car, when I got it, had half leather. The cloth was either similar or the same as what's on the door cars, but I couldn't get enough of it to do the seats. And I actually preferred the full leather anyway. It was an optional extra to have full leather when it was new. And then so let me open it up, go to the boot first. As we've had the trickle charge one, so sorry, I've had a trickle charger on, so I've obviously had the boot board out, but it's all sort of fully carpeted, lined. As I say, the engine it's very busy in there, very, very busy. I try and keep it as clean as I can. Probably every year, just give it an engine degrease and so on. But yeah, it's I think the engine rebuild cost me £7,000, which I didn't think was too bad for to have it done at Avonbar or by Avonbar. So yeah, that's the ERA Turbo. I'm not going to go into facts and stuff about it, but it's a very lovely car, very nice to drive. It's the most comfortable car, I suppose, more refined when you're driving it. Just with all the there's a bit more sound insulation in there, and it's a nice drive compared to the Madgwick. It's a lot quieter, smoother, bit more like a modern car, I suppose, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's the ERA turbo. I had the number plate. I bought the number plate or reg plate for it, all ERA. It's actually a G-Reg vehicle. So yeah, no expense spared. And if you're going to ask me what I spent on it, I don't know. All the receipts went in a drawer, and I was too scared to add it all up. So we'll take a punt at we spent 20 grand on it plus the buying the car. So yeah. Right, so next one, obviously the Swiftune Madgwick. I bought the shell on this. I bought a lot of the parts to build it, but the thing with the Swiftune Madgwick is effectively they build it. They put their sort of little stamps on it, obviously their own engine, and I'll just take you through some of the bits that they do. So it's effectively a Mark 1 Cooper S. It's 1963. Again, there is a mini series on this on Custom Workshop, which some of you may not have seen. If you haven't, it's a much shorter video series. So yeah, so getting inside it, interior obviously for the car, colour black, roof white, old English white paint. It should really have gold brocade and red interior, but I hate that, and I wanted to do something different, and that was the beauty of having a Swiftune Madgwick, is I could do whatever I wanted to it. So I went for the blue and grey interior option. I actually bought so all the seats are all brand new from Newton Commercial. Carpets are from them too. We went for the moulded carpet on the second option, just because it fits around the bulge in the tunnel better. Bit messy at the moment. It's obviously come back from a show not long ago, so little things on the seat belts, Madgwick number 7. Obviously on the dash, Madgwick number 7, and I suppose a lot of it just looks like a normal Mark 1 Cooper S. Obviously it's got twin tanks. Now the boot board I think was supposed to be grey, but previously I had a blue carpet in the actual car, and so I got the boot board for that, and I haven't actually changed the boot board over to black yet. Driver's side, it's my option to have the wooden steering wheel. I prefer the look of it. It's a bit more flexible than a normal steering wheel, but I just prefer the look of it. I don't drive it a lot, so it's not dangerous or anything, but yeah, some people don't like them. Some people think they're a bit too flimsy, but yeah. So then onto the engine. A second. So This has got 1380 twin carb SW5. I've got a spec list inside, which I can, if anyone's interested, you can actually see it on the series on the YouTube channel. So badge there, Swiftune. Yeah, lovely car to drive, very fast. I've taken it around Goodwood. Didn't overly hammer it, but got some good speeds out of it. Yeah, it's the best one of the collection, I think, for me. But it is very difficult to decide between that, and that. All completely different cars, but it's very, very difficult to choose between them. Comfort, raw. This one's in between raw and comfort. Yeah. Which would you pick? Let me know. I will. So that's it on these ones. There's the mystery car, which some of you don't know anything about. So I'm just gonna finish up on this one, and probably the next video will be showing you around the other 3-4 cars. All right, thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll pick you up on the next one. All right, cheers, bye.